rail friends. Thanks for being back with Casey and I here on Rail Moments. We're getting set up at Burnside, which is at the end of Rossville Boulevard, where the iconic 4501 will be making his way onto the NS right-of-way here, going right through what used to be just warehouse or nothing is now a whole series of condos. Who would have thought 100 years ago, for those living in Chattanooga, that a steam train would be going through all these condos? And hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll get to have old meet new, because we are on the south end of the DeBuck's Yard, where CSX and NS traffic pass through here. All trains going east-west, north-south through Chattanooga go right up on those tracks where we just saw that inbound headed towards the DeBuck's Yard go past. So let's see what we catch. We're old meets new, historic, iconic, technology versus how it used to be, a little bit of everything. So we're gonna wait for the 4501. He's gonna come right past that switch point behind us right here, and like I said, literally go between the condos. And we're at Burnside, if you're familiar with the area, where I understand they are beautifully redone inside. We ran into someone that works for NS. His apartment's on this side facing the track. He loves it here, and he said his place is fabulous. So, not quite sure how far out he is, but like I said, we got NS, CSX, TVRM. What more could we ask for? So, sit back, relax, enjoy. We're going to go ahead and get the scanner so we can hear what's going on and wait for the 4501 and whatever else is getting ready to come our way right here on Rail Moments. So, y'all bring that steam train on up. We're ready. You can see that sky is still dark, still cloudy, still patchy, still a little bit of everything. Hello again, Brian. Thanks for being back with us. And yes, it's a fantastic Saturday. Just talking about how we've been dodging the rain, the clouds, the this, the that, the wind, you name it. One of everything today. I haven't talked to Jesse much, but I know he's chasing the big boy. I know he was trying to go live, but he's got more rain and more of this and more of that than we do. So we've been fortunate so far. We've managed to either get under cover or just be outside of it. So we are currently waiting for the 4501 to make his way right here. And in the meantime, up there is NS and CSX. For those of you who have heard us talk many times, especially on Tuesday and Thursday night, the 23rd Street crossover, where CSX crosses over NS, is just on the other side of that overpass. That is Interstate 24 for those of you trying to get your bearings here. So we're at the end of Rossville Boulevard, where the tracks cut it. Right beside Interstate 24, there is famous Lookout Mountain in the background, which we have talked about many times. See Rock City, see the Incline Railway, steepest railway in the world, from what I understand, and Rock City, Ruby Falls, all the great places to go. So let's go ahead and grab the scanner, a couple other things. Sounds like we may have another outbound train making his way here, where hopefully we'll get to see old and new cross each other. think I just heard it.
Yeah, they passed McFarland Gap about 12 minutes ago, so now they're parallel Lawsonville Boulevard. So yeah, that's it.
It's amazing how far away you can hear it.
Especially when it's cloudy.
And that we've had today.
Yep. As soon as I see the smoke come over the trees, I'll let you know.
Thanks.
Y'all done on it? Yeah, we're done on that. Tower 369. Come on out, get on boarding track number 7. 25, 23rd Street northbound. Out. Coming around the curve.
Thanks. As y'all just heard, he's coming around the curve. Brian, Travis, and Bo are bringing it home. Y'all have a good day. And the picture line is getting ready to move as they chase 4501 over to Hoaxclaw Avenue, where he will run past the National Cemetery, the zoo, and make his turn. Brian, take care. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for being with Casey and I, and we appreciate you. Have a super rest of the day. RAR, if you're still on, where's the last place you caught him? Like I said, we are at what's known as the south end of the DeBuck's yard. So we're going to hang out for a little bit. Since we've had old, we want to mix in a little new. There is a locomotive idling somewhere close by. Might be right behind us. Well, welcome back already. Like I said, we're going to hang out for a little bit. We are at the south end of the DeBuck's yard where NS and CSX run side by side.
The tag, the cutoff at Central Georgia Railroad over. Tag, cutoff, Central Georgia, all tracks, tracks, no restrictions. 542 at the PM. Thank you. That's right.
And that was our train.
CT dispatch. He's going to flag us back up.
Yes, the monument for the Raiders there in the National Cemetery is spectacular. I do hear our locomotive. Sounds like he's gearing up. So I think we have an inbound about to poke his head right around that corner. Oh, it's an Operation Lifesaver locomotive over there that we heard idling.
Understood.
Don't have my binoculars, so I can't make out his number. But Operation Lifesaver. Maybe he's going to back up right past us. Who knows?
360, pull it over. Go ahead and pull it around the depot. I'll swap you normal. That's right, thank you.
As he goes underneath Interstate 24. Historic Lookout Mountain. I love going down to that museum. How cool is that memory? Y'all can still hear the 4501.
Track number 3, please. Number 3. Give me a call and stop that number 3. All right. I understand, about off our move, double check. We'll be heading that way shortly. Over.
It's amazing with those low clouds just how far away you can hear the 4501. Like I said, we are at what's known as the south end of the Debucks Yard. Great-great-grandfather. Wow. See, that's what's so cool about doing this kind of things. We get to share things from the past, keep the memories alive, keep the history alive. So many different things that we find out, relive, think back, the history. Interesting. What do you think the chances are they knew each other? We can still hear the 4501. There's a breeze coming our way. We can still hear the 4501 passing the National Cemetery, going down Holt's Claw at each of those crossing. Here's whistle piercing through that late afternoon. If you've never visited the General down in Kennesaw there in Big Shanty, that's a must do. And if you've not visited the Raiders Memorial, where they're buried in a circle around, some of them up in the National Cemetery, it's worth to walk up the hill to see that statue, that monument stone with the General on it. Like I said, we're hanging out here for a little bit. Normally in the afternoon, the sun is just impossible here as it looks straight into the camera, but I don't know that we've seen the sun all day. So we're hoping before we call this last section done, we get us a little NS or CSX rail action, because we are at the busiest point you could possibly find in the Debucks Yard, unless everybody took Saturday off. There were some other folks that were here that saw it at McFarland Gap. Don, that's really cool. Yes,
Your first car.
especially at night when the light lights that up over the cemetery, the flag. Oh my God, it's just incredible. Driving through there makes you really think and feel. Wow, we can still hear 4501 going west into the distance. That is one massive cemetery. And for what all those family members of everyone gave to keep our country what it is, to protect us. Don't know where our Operation Lifesaver locomotive scooted off to. Ball crash. As the 100-plus-year-old steam locomotive 4501 passes the National Cemetery. Thought-provoking day. Like I said, I want to hang on here and at least get us one train so we can mix the old and the new. You would think, being at the second largest classification yard of its type on a Saturday, where CSX and NS run side by side, we might find one. Got the KISS factor going on there on the scanner. Somebody probably at the far end. Wow, still I can hear it. That's amazing. We do have a super low cloud cover, but I can still hear him going into the distance. I'm sure he has an entourage following him, racing in front of him to get their last pictures of the day. It's now getting very faint into the distance as we look at Lookout Mountain. Behind those trees, where the cannon placements are still there, where the Confederates controlled the river until the battle above the clouds took place that day. Oh, and hey guys, while I got you all, we're talking about things going on. Next,
Dispatcher. Yeah, I got one.
a couple was telling me that on Saturday in Fort Payne, there's an event called, if I remember right, Boom! BOOM. Not sure what it stands for, but there's going to be 200 old cars. And the Fort Payne Railroad Depot is amazing. And it's built out of a special rock or a special type. It's also on the AGS line from right here at this point out to Waxahachie, where it splits off and goes on down to Birmingham. So hope we can catch some trains and 200 old cars all in the same place a week from today. So old car day, new train day, 7 days from now. So mark your calendar.
I got a hump guy coming south right now. He should be out of the way by the time you guys are done. He's going up to number 6. Let him get out of the way.
Been all kind of heritage locomotive activity through Chattanooga in the last 24 hours. Hard to tell with Interstate 24 up there. If there's train action, truck action, over the plate sounds, a little bit of everything. But I'm going to leave y'all right here. I'm going to go ahead and walk up the hill. I can see the inbound signals here. So I'm going to take a walk up, see if by chance we have green for our direction. Or maybe I can wave someone to come on out in our direction. We're the 4501, just passed here a little while ago. And we try and catch one new to go with one old to complete our last part of the chase for the day. Just think, this rail yard was built by the Southern railway system. And the Southern, the 4501, probably worked those rails and ran those rails that we're looking at up there right now. Just think, 1950 something, somebody was standing here at this warehouse taking pictures with an old camera when that engine was in its prime. There's something to think about to go with all the nostalgia you guys are coming up with. All right, I'm gonna go check our signals. Y'all listen to the scanner and let me know if I miss anything exciting. And now that the chase is over, the rain decides to stop. Imagine that. Well, somebody here is grilling. Oh my goodness, does that smell good. And there are enough red lights facing any eastbound traffic coming in to stop a Los Angeles freeway. But as we talk so many times, red this way can mean green the other way. So we're going to give it, let's say, another 17 minutes, guys. That'll be 1 hour at this stop. And my barbecue sandwich from earlier starting to run out. My lovely wife, Mrs. S, is going to be awaiting dinner. So we'll start the countdown. 16 minutes to get a taste of the new, to go with our old, as we have had one exciting day. Let's see, I think this is part 8, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll just call this our great locomotive chase, because we have chased 4501 from Grand Junction all the way down. Don, is that something that you have to check out in person when you're there, or is that something that's online to look at? Don't forget, get up early. We'll go trackside in the morning. Not sure if we're going to start out at the Chickamauga Dam or at Coffey's Cliff, but we'll have coffee and we'll be going somewhere.
So 173, how can I help? CT 29 effort. You all ready to go? Oh, okay. Disregard that. Your train 173. 60 dispatcher. 26, you got it. Alright, how's it going? You got sales about 6 S. Dispatch.
Other than a lot of weeds, I'm not exactly sure what's the most exciting thing to look at. I'm gonna have to get the clippers, trim those down so we have a better view of the trains. That won't take long. Just don't have them with me. We'll do a little track maintenance.
The 173? 73, press exit or end trip and then log back into it after 60 seconds. I updated it from freight to intermodal.
How to make modern technology work. Turn it off, turn it on.
I think so, PTC is out.
Still hoping to squeeze our one more in for the day. While we're here, for those of you who have heard us talk about, we're headed to Burnside. That has all been turned into condos. As I said earlier, I hear they're very, very nice. The NS gentleman that we ran into at works on the track lines. He said he has a one-bedroom studio. And he's up there on one of those windows facing the tracks. And he pays $1,400 a month. I'm assuming a one-bedroom studio means one big room, bed included. And just behind it, right on the other side of that white door on that gray building, all kinds of condos they just built overnight in the middle of nowhere. Poof. And they were all occupied as fast as they could get the lights turned on. If I lived in one of those upstairs windows, I'd never get anything done. I'd be sitting watching the tracks all the time. Like I said, we are finishing our countdown, hoping to get one more squeezed into our day here at what is known as the south end of the DeBuck's Yard. Although I always find it kind of ironic that it basically runs east-west. But Coffee's Cliff is the north end. Where we are is the south end. And as you just heard, Crash just reported the 4501 where we started out this morning at 8 a.m. has returned home. Back to Grand Junction. That was fun this morning. We got to spend time with Brian. See everyone get the day started. Brian, thanks for the update. I'm sure there's a lot of people that got bitten by the 4501 when it went rolling past here. This huge, massive concrete slab we're on just shook and rumbled as he went by on the track right there. And a couple of places, same thing when he went by when we were there in Rossville, just before he went around the corner. You just see the camera having a tremor as he went past us. We were about 8-9 feet back from the track, and the whole ground just shook. When we have time, one of these close soon days, we need to go see the hole that nobody claims. Down in Dalton, there's this massive hole, 20 by 20 by 12 deep, about 12 feet away from the railroad tracks. And nobody wants to claim it. So one day here in the near future, we'll take the day off from work. We'll go hang out and watch the hole that nobody claims as the trains go right past it. And it is a massive hole. News Channel 9 reported it all, had everybody out there. And everybody said it's someone else's. And basically CSX said, not ours and we're not concerned, according to News Channel 9. And obviously they aren't because nobody's done anything. So if anybody's got a magic trick to get us a train, we are winding down. Yes, Don, you're right. That hole gets big enough, it's going to be the hole that bit the train. Because like I said, it's not but maybe 12 feet, 11 feet from the track. And even closer to the berm. And with all the water that runs through, there's no way you could tell me that all the vibration of all that weight going past there doesn't have an effect on something that close. Like I said, it's not that far from the ballast. Well, I said here one day we'll try and do that before September's over. It's not quite as hot during the day. I'll take a day off. So I want to do that. I want to go down on the CNC line, catch them doing some switching. I promised someone I'd do that. Production Unit 6. I got so excited today I called it number 5 once. Well, everybody, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I've had a great day. I'd like to thank everybody on the TVRM train for all their hard work today to make it possible for us to catch all those pictures. Brian, Travis, Bo, all the staff, as they put another one in the barn. Another successful excursion. We even got a lady to dance. She had such a good time. Special thank you to Susan down in Somerville with Main Street, the group responsible for all the events that go on. For all the events that go on down in Somerville, where the turntable is. And the Leaf tours are coming up in October and the first part of November. That's always super fun. It's so beautiful. Take that trip down along the mountain and all. See all those leaves. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So we'll be doing some more chases, and then we'll do a doubleheader steam. I think it's the first weekend in November. Also, I think we were talking about going to the Santa train with CSX up in Virginia. So, but tomorrow, Coffee's Cliff and maybe someplace special for sunrise. And Tuesday night under the stars, Thursday night under the stars, who knows what's in between. I know we had another Heritage Locomotive coming down the C&O and TP that ought to be here pretty soon. But I did promise Mrs. S I was taking her to dinner. So I'm going to keep that promise. Since I woke her up bright and early this morning. Way bright and early. So I'm going to take this call. If we don't have a train, we're going to say goodnight. Thank you. See you in the morning. Hopefully all of you. Thanks for participating. Thanks for hanging out. Like I said, so hard to tell, but it sounds like we have one coming our way. Things echo up here. I said I'm going to make this quick call. We'll see if it comes by, and if not, I'm headed to get Mrs. S and going to dinner. everybody. Oh, Don, don't forget, everybody, before we sign off, October 19th, we're all headed to Cowan for Railroad Fan Days. So make sure you mark that on your calendar, too. We got all kinds of stuff coming up. So, like I said, I woke Mrs. S up at 6 this morning. I promised her dinner. And if y'all want to see me in the morning at sunrise, I better go feed her. Or the only sunrise there will be for me is, I'm not sure. But hey, from all of us, I hope you all had a great time. I hope you had fun. Thank you so much for making it a special day for me. We are going to bring her to a close. Don, Brian, everybody, John, all of you. Like I said, it's always fun, and thanks for the participation. And I made myself a note to look that up when I have a time a little bit later on tonight. The Harris and Ewing Collection. And I make my notes from today. So, see you around 7:30 tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time. Good night, goodbye, take care, thanks a bunch, and see you soon. Good night.